We have Phil Smith, who's going to be, you're talking lead gen, right?
Yes.
So you want me, hey, you got this? You want me to hang up here? You want me to get the hell off your stage?
Nah,
This is your world. You want to talk
hang
about it? All right.
Whatever you want.
I'm gonna stay just because I'm here, and I'm and you know that's kind of what I. That's
Well, you guys do a lot of lead gen.
That's kind of what I do. Yeah, no, we can keep it a little bit interactive, but tell everybody a little bit about kind of you and what you're talking about.
So what I've been doing for the last few years is monetizing data. You know, we talk a lot about, at War Room especially, we talk about how to actually run Facebook ads, Google ads, or YouTube or whatnot. But there's not been a lot of talk about actually monetizing the data. And so for anyone, for whatever business that you're doing, I want you to think about this. Are you leaving money on the table by not monetizing your data, your customer base, your leads? So I want to discuss that. So just think about how it can apply to your business.
If I have no idea what you mean by monetizing data, hypothetically, give me some examples of what you mean by monetizing data.
So for example, let's just say you manufacture products for the 65 plus age group, right? And you sell on Amazon. If you do that, you have a customer base. You can now contact that customer base and now generate leads for, let's just say, reverse mortgage or nursing homes or something like that. So nice. Most companies don't realize that their data is very valuable. And of course, if you want to sell your own services or products, but there is other ways to monetize it without going overboard, right? I'm not saying you want to be spammy or anything like that. You're just trying to figure out a way to just generate more revenue. So for those that don't know, which I'm sure is most of you, my name is Phil Smith. That's actually a picture of my wedding day, drinking a Corona, because what else do you do before you get married, right? You drink heavily. And so that was a good time.
You drink heavily and you shave your beard.
Yes, yes. So I've sold 3 companies in my career, a web hosting company, 2 digital marketing companies, and I actually sold the same digital marketing company twice. That's a different story, but that worked out pretty well in the end. And I made the Inc. 5000 list last year as a one-employee company. And going to the Inc. 5000, I realized that doing it as a one-employee company is very rare. So it's like, okay, must have been doing something pretty good. And I've generated over $8 million in revenue as a lead generator. But again, I just want to concentrate more on the monetizing data side. So has anyone gotten screwed over in business, right? Pretty much everybody. Has that pushed you into your current business or whatnot that's actually successful? So that happened to me. Did a deal with somebody, totally got screwed. I helped them sell their business, turn it around. And then that pushed me into this lead gen business that I'm doing today. But what I wanted back then, my goals were really wanted to work from home. I wanted to spend more time with my kids. Just really wanted to be a one-employee company and, of course, generate 7 figures a year because, why not, right? Might as well. So when I think about employees, this is typically what I want to do with myself, right? I want to hang myself. I don't know how many people have employees and love them, but that's hard to find if you ask me. So I had a web hosting. The most consistent
variable in all your failed relationships is you, right?
Yes. So, why lead generation? For me, it was a scalable business. All I wanted to do was spend more money to make money. Again, it's automated, no employees, and again, work from home. So the lead gen business for me, for my skill set, really made sense. So tried a bunch of different verticals. I got into low mod, tax relief, mortgage, solar, debt, tried a bunch of different things. But what happened was I ended up on business loans. And business loans just got in at the right time, I guess you can say. If anyone does anything in the business loan vertical, you know that a few years ago was the right time to get in, especially in the merchant cash advance space. But I'll go into that in a second. So why Facebook? If anyone does Facebook ads, you know that it's been cheaper over the last few years. Definitely more volume. Google's, it was too expensive for business loans. LinkedIn, there was just not enough volume. And then YouTube just doesn't work for business loans at all. So Facebook had the volume and the cheaper leads. So now when I say business loans, I'm actually discussing merchant cash advance. If anyone has any history with that at all or knowledge, it's a company that generates at least $10,000 per month in revenue. That's what's considered merchant cash advance lead. So it's high interest, advances, 40, 50%. And so those companies are making a lot of money, the lenders, so they pay a lot of money for leads. So there's a lot of profit. So as I'm started generating those leads, everything was going great, generating just a 10K per month in revenue leads and selling them off. My lead cost was $18, and I was selling those leads for $60. So it's great, $40 profit, can't beat it. Selling over 100 per day, sometimes up to $200 leads per day. So everything's great. I felt like I hit the lottery. Everything's going good, sending out massive invoices to my buyers. But as anyone that does Facebook marketing knows.
Yeah, what year was that when you were just crushing it?
Beginning of 2015 is when it first started. And it just took off. But as you know, if anyone does any Facebook marketing, right, Facebook happened. So my lead cost skyrocketed. My $18 lead was now $70. You know, accounts were getting shut off. All crazy stuff were happening. You know, banging your head against the wall. Why is this happening? So if anyone ever does Facebook leads and you had these problems, I don't know if you ever thought about doing this to like a Facebook employee or, you know, Mark himself, right? I mean, it's just maybe a little too violent for War Room, but, you know.
Too violent for war?
I don't know. Didn't know what the crowd was going to be like. So what I have to start doing now, when I was generating these leads, again, I was taking the premium leads, those 10,000 revenue leads and up, selling them off. But I had a bunch of leads that were startups, bad credit, good credit, or whatever it was. So now what I had to start doing was finding ways to monetize them. Nobody wants these leads. It's really hard to monetize. So I did my research, started putting my time into it, and I started finding direct buyers. Credit repair, credit monitoring, voice over IP, web design, anything business related. I just put the work in, started going to conferences, whatnot, trying to figure it out. Doing affiliate marketing, you know, GoDaddy, Yelp, etc. Anything business related, I just wanted to try to monetize this data. So I worked at this one company doing credit monitoring. They took my startup leads, generated now since the July of 16 over $951,000, which is absolutely amazing. So you could say I kind of figured out different ways to monetize these leads, and it's working out very well. As you all know, as entrepreneurs, when your back is in a corner, right, you figure it out. You put your time and effort into it. There's always a way to get out of whatever jam you're in. That's what I've always believed. So beyond that, I figured, well, there's more monetization strategies. There has to be, right? What else can I possibly do? I was leveraging, if anyone saw that Richard Branson video that Roland did, 11 ways to leverage Richard Branson. When that kicked in for myself, I started thinking a lot of new things lately. But back then, when I was looking at these leads, I'm like, what else can I possibly do with these leads? So I wanted something that's more scalable, something that even had more profit. So what did I do? Yes, more courses, because we need another course being promoted out there, right? So, but I had a competitive advantage. You know, I had my own leads, I could sell my own service, and I could teach. What happened was when these business loan leads come in, most people don't have a business, right? Even if they're a startup, they don't really care what they do to make money. They just want to make money. So I figured, let me create some courses around how to teach these people.
That's interesting insight. So the recognition that most of the people who were applying for a business loan, they were actually trying to get money for a business that didn't yet exist.
Yes.
They believed that step one is I got to go and get the money.
Right.
That he brushed over that. That requires having some pretty serious insights as to who your customers actually are, and recognizing that the thing that they think they want isn't actually the thing that they really want, and going deeper. So that's a big takeaway and write her down when you're thinking about who are the possible markets for some of your leads. Sorry, I just wanted to. No,
it's great that you're up here because it's better than me. So didn't think of it that way. But yes, you're 100% right.
I had no idea how smart you were.
I try. My wife tells me, but I don't believe her. She made me wear my wedding ring today. So
normally you don't. I'm just kidding. Never mind. We won't go there.
Well, that'll be then after this, we'll go into another one. So I had an advantage, right? I had my own leads. I wanted to sell my own service so I didn't have to find more lead buyers, because dealing with lead buyers is kind of a pain. But I just knew that I could scale something if I could provide my own service. Now, of course, the high ticket item, $997, you have your future upsells. You know, it's what I kind of call, right, the starter kit for online courses, right? You have everything ready to go. You start generating your leads. So that business, now what I've done today is I've now separated businesses out. I have my lead gen business and my e-learning business now separated out, but this is how it all got started. So I just knew if you have an e-learning company, you do an online course, you need to build your brand. Once I started generating my own leads now for this, on top of obviously monetizing my current leads, I just knew that nobody knows who I am, right? Just nobody here knows who I am, maybe a few of you. But I needed to do something. So figured, let me try to get into the Inc. 5000. Didn't really think it would work, but it happened. Look at that.
You dress up, you clean up.
That's pretty
nice.
good, right? It's not too bad.
That's the same guy?
That is the same guy. I know, I'm trying to dumb it down. I don't want to outshine anyone here.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take over the stage.
Appreciate that.
So then I figured, let me go bigger, right? How can I partner with a larger brand? So one of the things that I did was I spammed all the sharks because, well, why not? Might as well see what you can do, right? Aim for the moon. So I had 3 of them contact me back, and just because Kevin Harrington's son actually lives 10 minutes away from me, I got a good relationship going with them. I ended up doing a deal with Kevin. I gotta say, War Room. I met Roland. Roland, I did my interview with at TNC last year, and I have to say, he saved me so much money, so much time, and he did the contract on the spot. And last year, War Room here, he finished it up. I mean, that's just, everyone knows, you gotta, there's so much value here, but you gotta get it for yourself. It's not just gonna be handed to you on a silver platter.
3 legal contracts from Roland Frazier
Yes.
for every War Room.
I mean, it's amazing.
Everybody find him.
I'm just
After
saying.
this and go. They said that as a part of War Room, you would write my legal agreement for me, and I need all of you to form a line in front of him, at least 50, 60 people deep.
I'm just saying, I'm helping
Even
him
if
out.
you don't need it. I just want you to help us screw with them. You good with that, Perry? Can you help? Yeah, good. Okay, sorry, keep going. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. He's like,
So I didn't realize, what I was getting myself into, but again, the power of War Room, it's amazing. So now what does Kevin Harrington do for me? His name opens up more doors. He increased my lead quality for my business loan leads, and he's also now to have a potential for more courses. It is amazing, for me when I go to somebody and I mentioned, partnering with a shark or Kevin Harrington or however you present it, they're not going to answer my phone call, right? They're going to answer his phone call. So that really made a huge difference for me.
That's another thing he glanced over that I really want to put a pin in. One of the benefits to partnering with people, you want to partner with folks so you can put their influencers so that you can put their picture on your website and it's going to increase the conversion rate. It's going to do what you don't realize is the intangible of what it's going to do for your network, how it's going to allow you to connect to that next person that you would like to reach. So many folks wonder how on earth, how do you get, how'd you get to be friends with people like Damon John and Gary Vaynerchuk and all this? We paid them. And then we weren't freaking weird when we were around them. And then we were able to leverage that relationship and be like, hey, do you know so-and-so? Yeah, I'll send an email, make a connection, okay? So don't just, it's monetizing, optimizing everything, right? Every little piece of that deal. If you're gonna do a deal, give somebody, a royalty or whatever, make sure that they're not just showing up and doing the promotion or whatever, but that you're also leveraging their network to grow your own and that people you're not having to pay for, so.
Good stuff. So the new thing that we're doing with Kevin is, because I'm generating these business loan leads and because I'm trying to find more ways to monetize this data, leverage what I have, which I think everyone needs to do for themselves and really think about it, is I'm coming out with a course on investment and business loans. Obviously, it makes sense, but not everything always hits you right away, even though you feel like it's right in front of you. So right now, again, monetizing business loan leads, generating 1,000 business loan leads per day. In the testing that we've done, 50% are interested in the course. Even if you just take a 2% conversion rate, which is what we already have in e-learning, so obviously that's 10 per day, you're at a 2K per average, which is less than what we're doing right now. So you got 20K per day, you're at 7 million per year potential revenue, all from free leads. So again, I'm just leveraging what I have, monetizing the data I already have, and I'm just creating just potential revenue streams, different businesses, et cetera. So the reason why I'm going over all this, and I really want you guys to think about your own business and really, really think about it. Whether you're, doing manufacturing or you're generating your own leads or you're doing your own online courses, it's a lot of revenue to be made just monetizing this data. So now what I started doing, as I said, all right, let me actually leverage my members. And this actually really triggered from that Roland video on the 11 ways to leverage Richard Branson. So I'm building a lead gen army, if you will, So I have all these members that I'm teaching how to become lead generators for their own businesses. And now for my business, I want to scale now and I want to grow, but I want to stay a one-employee company. I just don't want to deal with employees or anything like that. Now, of course, I can always go out and hire agencies and hire employees or whatnot, but I really just don't want to do that. So what I started doing, and again, it's going back to Roland, I don't know if this is technically legal, to be honest with you, but I'm charging people $10,000 per year to pay me to generate leads for me. How does that work? So
I don't know if it's necessarily illegal, although this is not legal advice. I'm not an attorney. I just don't. This is like Tom Sawyer getting people to pay you to paint the fence kind of thing. That's a literary reference. Y'all should read a damn book. Sorry.
So basically, I figured, well, this is great. You know, I did an event, my first live event, March 14th and 15th in New York last month, and I said, let me just try this out and see. So I had actually 10 people jump on it, which I was shocked about. That was the easiest $100,000 I ever made. But you know, now they're all generating leads for me, so now I'm making more money. But now on top of that,
you're paying them something for the leads they generate, right?
I pay them commission.
Okay.
Yeah. No, they're going to make money.
Gotcha.
I mean,
you're not just stealing money from people.
Well, I was thinking that. But then I figured, James was like, I think you have to let them make some money.
Differently? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Depends.
Sounds like it's on
different ways to go about it.
Generally on the up and up.
So what this is doing now is open up more doors, because now anyone that does Facebook marketing knows that you need to spread yourself thinner on Facebook. More accounts is better, to, you know, especially to scale. So now that we have 10 people plus I have another 4 that actually help me out, now we can actually go out to other companies and whatnot to basically generate leads for them. So this whole lead gen army, I think, has a lot of legs, and I could do a lot more for other people. So anyway, another way, doing live mastermind events. Like I said, we did the first one last month, just taking them, now providing more value, doing more one-on-one training, et cetera. I actually had an event here in the library yesterday. Stuff like that just helps pay for the travel, make a couple of bucks and, help people. So for us, it's working out really well. Of course, it's also helped build my brand as well. So now again, how can you monetize data for your business? Do you generate your own leads? Do you have a customer base? Do you have data that you can monetize? Just think about it. Because the 4 different ways that you can generate leads with your customer base, email, SMS, mail, phone. And then from there, I want to go into some examples. So take a business loan lender. They can contact a customer base through their existing funnel and the 4 different ways of SMS, mail, phone, email. Then what they can do now is they can take those leads and now monetize them through credit repair, credit monitoring, voice over IP, digital marketing. This is an easy one for me to do because obviously I do it for myself already. And now they're generating leads for their own live transfers, inbound calls, web forms. So those are the different ways that they can generate leads. So now what happens is they have the premium leads that they want to generate. They're monetizing all the ones they don't want. So it's driving down their price per lead. So someone that's in this space in merchant cash advance, your cost per lead on Facebook now is like $80. But if you take my business, I actually get those leads for free. So if I take my business model, put them under another lender, they're going to get their leads for free. So that was one example that I did. And just in case anyone in here is a manufacturer for the 65 plus age group, how you doing? So let's just take this type of company. You can contact your customers the same exact way. Whatever information you have your potential verticals, reverse mortgage, nursing home. This is a very hard demographic to reach. The leads are easily over $100 each. You can do live transfers, inbound calls, web forms, right? Same thing. Same model, just different business.
So you've already generated them. Now you're sending out emails and text to get them to fill out another form, or you're direct selling the leads that you already have?
You can do that. You can call them, do a live transfer, ask them qualifying questions. But take reverse mortgage. You call them up. Oh, thank you for buying our product. Hope everything was well. Get whatever information out of that. And then from there, you can say, oh, man, are you interested in getting a reverse mortgage? Like just as an example.
Gotcha.
And then you do a live transfer, you get $100, $150.
Gotcha.
So auto loan lender, same concept, right? Potential verticals, warranty, auto insurance, credit repair, because no one goes online looking for an auto loan if they have great credit, right? So you already know your verticals that you can promote. And then again, inbound call, web form, live transfers. Now, I did this with a company. They absolutely love me, became good friends with them. So now we hang out a lot, more friends than business, I guess you could say. We went to Vegas, hung out at the Hangover Suite and Caesars, good time. but there's always that one guy that just can't handle Vegas, right? I mean, you know, he's just my friend Brett, just couldn't, it's 8:30 in the morning,
You're a
just
good
couldn't
friend.
do it. Yeah, I'm a great friend. I'm a great friend. So anyway, so the goals I achieved, 1 employee company, still that. I work from home, generate 7 figures per year, achieved all my goals, but the most important thing, get to spend a lot more time with my kids, you know, take karate, dance, school functions. You know, that's the most important thing, I think, for any of us that have kids. You know, we can all work all day long, but realistically, that's the most important thing. So you are leaving money on the table if you are not monetizing your data. That's the best thing that I could say right now. So for you, just think about it. You know, I'm doing a lunch topic table after this, so I can answer any of your questions. That's it. Thank you.
Round of applause for Phil. Don't run off yet. I want to do a couple tie downs. So action items, things that I'd keep in mind, because we're doing this right now at Digital Marketer. Same issue, right? Lead costs have just about doubled over the last 2 years, right? So we're asking ourselves, how can we get those lead costs down? The answer is not to figure out ways to pay less for traffic. That isn't there in general, and it certainly isn't there at scale. The way is, how can we figure out how to generate more revenue from the leads that we're already getting? So this idea of monetizing your data, because you could say like, oh, just sell them more stuff. Okay, but they're only going to buy so much from you. So the question to ask is, who else would really, really, really love to have access to this? We have done this on the rival media side. I think Perry's talked about it as well. So if you like this idea of direct selling leads, so who else? It's a matter of updating your privacy policy. Again, Roland Frazier, he'll just write that for you for free from scratch. No, it's a matter of updating your privacy policy, saying we will absolutely sell your contact information. Pretty common. And you can direct sell the leads to people who are interested in buying them. They're out there. You can reach out to companies who have it, say, I'm generating this many leads. Would you be interested in buying it? Do kind of a co-reg. What we did at Digital Marketer is we said, who would really like to have marketing leads? And we found that there are CRM companies like Infusionsoft and HubSpot and Shopify. And what we did is we said, why don't we put together a brand new lead capture campaign, totally custom to you. I'll produce the content. I'll produce the content. Our team will run the ads because we're nice people. You put up the budget for the ads. The leads that come through this funnel, we'll share them. We'll get access to them, but for the first 7 days, we're only going to talk to them about your stuff. Got me? So we did this with Infusionsoft. We're only going to talk to them about Infusionsoft and trying to drive them to a trial. After that 7 days, we can market to them however we want. So what we're actually getting is free lead generation on somebody else's dime, and we're typically doing it through we're setting up a separate Facebook account, being able to, like you said, I love what you said about, make sure that you don't have all your eggs in one basket. Now, sometimes they'll come back and say, if you're getting the leads, we're not going to pay for all of it, but we'll go halvesies with you on it. Okay, that's fine. Still, our lead cost just dropped in half, okay, because we are splitting the leads, and as long as it's someone who is not a direct competitor, a good way to do it. So don't just think, how can I generate more revenue by selling the people I have more stuff? Think about, how can I generate more revenue from the leads and from the data that I have by partnering with people who also want access to that data. We would not be able to drive the traffic that we can drive in some of our consumer markets, like survival, if we were not able to co-reg and to sell some of these leads to other companies who want access to that data. Make sense? So think about it. Who is someone who wants access to my data, but they're not directly competitive, and how can I work out a deal and arrangement? That's the big lesson. It's not about, you were doing it where you're selling it and actually generating revenue. If all it did was cut your average lead cost in half, that would give you the capital that you need to expand. Make sense? That's a big takeaway. So you're going to be leading a topic table at lunch. Mm-hmm. So I think it's topic table 1. I don't know exactly where that's going to be, but if you want to have some follow-up questions about this, be sure to hit up Phil. Thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Big round of applause. Now, come on up, Damien. There you is. Yeah, will you leave that? Yeah, do the handoff.
Thank you, Phil. Good job, man.
So you're here to talk about live events.
I am here to talk about live events.
All right, man.
Well, first of all, thank you. Yeah. And Roland, Richard, Perry. It should be just say the 3 R's and the P.
Yeah.
Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it. So what I'd like to do here is I want to teach you guys about live events, but I also want to teach you